Now, I'll make you listen to the barrel rotate when I cock the hammer back.
Oh my god, welcome back to the Nub. This is our Hanging with Web Show exclusive episode. I'm the Merce.
Hey, it's me, Felton.
And the bald-bearded bard.
And just in case you didn't know, our producer has gone a little crazy, and now he threatens us with airsoft guns as it's time for us to start talking. So each time he does it, it scares the crap out of me, and it takes me a minute to get my bearings. So as I get my bearings, you know what? I'm going to put the producer on the spot. Tell us some of that video game news there, Mr. Producer.
Oh my God! So,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you're all very much aware, I didn't realize what was going on in the world. Apparently, there's this thing, this virus. I had no idea because I've been playing Half-Life Alyx since its release. So I just kind of came out of virtual reality like yesterday, shocked. I haven't showered. I've just been, pooping in a bucket in the corner of the room. It's been real dismal. I'm not proud of it, but Half-Life Alyx was so good, and
It's worth it then.
Yeah, I couldn't leave. I didn't eat. I've lost 50 pounds. I mean, I needed to. So, but yeah, it's pretty incredible.
All right. Now that's the virtual reality one, right?
Yes. So they went a bit different this go around. They decided to go with a virtual reality only title, and it looks like what they produce in the future is going to have virtual reality options. So they've already said that they're working on other titles. So that means Half-Life 3, maybe?
Okay.
So they said that I believe it's going to be unless I got duped by a April Fool's thing, but I thought the post came out before. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. So not to spoil it, but the Half-Life Alyx does set up for a return. So we'll see. I mean,
so does Half-Life 2. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it's only been like what, 20 years now. So
yeah, right,
they're,
right.
They're about on their regular track record.
I think. So here's the thing: they've put so much money. Basically, Steam, Valve, they have put a ton of money into their flagship piece of technology, the Valve Index, which is a $1,000 VR headset, and it is. You could argue Pimax has a. You look like a hammerhead shark when you put the Pimax on. I mean, it's a bit ridiculous because it's got these big 4K tablets, to do the VR. So it's a bit silly, but the Index is it's a very good system. So they put a ton of money into it. So they're going to start producing VR titles. So I think now that Alyx is out and it's been received, I mean they're clocking the most simultaneous. They're clocking more and more VR devices online now than ever. I mean, obviously because everybody's home, but people bought VR when these quarantine things started to happen. They're like, well, screw it, I'm going to put money into entertainment. So it seems like people, amidst buying toilet paper, started putting money into entertainment. So, bad for society, but this has been overall astounding for the VR playfield. I mean, this might have just given VR the boost it needed to start to bridge into the mainstream a little bit more. So I guess if anything good came from this, it's that VR is here to stay. Thanks, Corona.
Nice. I'm gonna quote you on that though. So, if after this epidemic is pandemic, is done, people are not widely using VR, I'll be like, Joe was wrong.
Everybody I've known that's tried it has been completely blown away. I mean, Half-Life Alyx, I think, is that, and Boneworks. Boneworks is another incredible, I feel like game-changing flagship into what VR can be and what it can do. So as time progresses, I feel like, technology, movement. I don't quite know if VR treadmills are ever going to be a thing, but having tried one before, I can tell you it's pretty cool. But I mean, it's like working out. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for Ready Player One, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, but there's a treadmill involved.
I mean, beam microwaves into my brain, so I just don't have to move, and it's fully immersive. I'm fine with that.
I'm down with that too. Yeah, I don't care if I drool a little.
Yeah, I don't care if I, microwave my brain, whatever. I don't need that.
I prefer a
Alright.
Wall-E style feature. So.
The what? The Wall-E style?
Yeah, the Wall-E style future rather than Ready Player One. Give
Oh,
me
where you
those-
get to be like the size of a giant whale, and
just
don't have
hover
to move at
around in
all?
my hover recliner and
I'm down with that.
I
All
can't,
right.
wait, hold on, though, for just a second. Wall-E,
Mhm.
well, how did they not know where that ship was going?
They knew. I thought they just
Everybody
they figured the Earth
seemed
was-
shocked when they got back to Earth.
Oh, because they were worried they might have to actually walk. That's the shocking part. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I can't crap in my cool chair. I have to actually like get up and go to the bathroom. Like, I don't know, man. That's just too much. Too much. So Infinity. There are a lot of these like online cons and things going on. Have you attended any of those yet?
I haven't. I've kind of watched a little bit, but I haven't actually attended any.
I've attended a couple. I've gotten a few offers to like speak on them, but I just don't feel like I'm ready for that yet. I mean,
Sure.
I've only written one comic book that's been published right now. I don't really have a whole lot to say as far as like the industry and everything is concerned, And if people were taking advice from me, that would probably not be a good thing for them anyways. So I gotta wait till I get a couple books out, and then I can be like, oh yeah, I'm a master at this. But yeah, I mean, I keep seeing them a lot. I keep trying to share them on the nub and everything like that. And I think it's a really cool idea. I think it's a great way to keep people in touch with the industry, the comic book industry, and such. And and oh my god! And on top of that, like all the artists are going like art crazy right now, which is awesome. I'm seeing
Oh,
like,
yeah,
so
for sure.
many cool pictures and stuff, and then there's people that are actually like studying new things to get better at whatever it is that they want to do, or to move into different positions and everything when this is all done. Like you yourself, I know, are doing the coloring thing. You're learning how to become a colorist, which is cool.
Yeah, it was kind of a offhanded. I was just like, this might be a absolute disaster, but let's try it, and it's actually a lot of fun. So
Yeah. I've hired you to help me on a piece for a project called Cthulhu Invades Oz. I'm really excited about that. It's gonna
me
have
too.
the two.
Really excited.
It's gonna have the two of us on it. It's gonna have our local writers and artists like Travis Gibb, Jonathan Hedrick, and Dirk Grob. There's also a ton of people from like Image and IDW and Scout and things like that are involved with this project. So it's really, really exciting, cool project. So I
Did
can't
you
wait to see
say?
where that goes?
Did you say Jimmy Hadrix?
No, I said Joshua Hedricks.
Oh, okay, I got you. Right.
Just in case for our listeners who don't know, so we're pretty good friends with the writer Jonathan Hedrick, the guy who writes Freak Show Princess and Capable, and he's got a couple of other things coming out here shortly. And one of the funny things though is for some reason when he does interviews with people, not all the time, but he's had a few significant events where they totally got his name wrong. They just call him a different J name. So instead of Jonathan, it was like Joshua, James,
Jeffrey
Gerald.
Hendricks.
Jeffrey, Gerald, which starts with a G, so that didn't make any sense.
Gerald
and-
Broflovsky?
And he's actually a really cool, easygoing kind of guy. So he just kind of shakes it off and and corrects them on the low key. But then when he gets back to us, he's just like, that son of a. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna fight him in the parking lot.
He takes it out on the D&D table.
Oh man, does he ever? Like, I've had to replace 3 tables right now. Anyways, Before we get into the Kickstarter, stuff with Infinity, I just want to touch on a subject that I think has touched many Americans' hearts. There was a heartwarming story involving a kind of a simple man living in a town just filled with other simple men, just trying to get by, raising a bunch of beautiful tigers and ligers and lions, and then this bitch Carol Baskin ended up causing problems for him. And I think you guys may know what I'm talking about. It's the beautiful, completely non-biased Tiger King documentary that they have on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have partaken of this beautiful all-American story, but if you haven't, you really must.
It is true journalism at its finest.
Absolutely. Well, and the best part is it has a little bit of everything for everybody. There's a great love story in there. Our friend the Tiger King, Mr. Joseph Exotic, has two handsome straight male husbands. There's intrigue as to whether that bitch Carol Baskin fed her ex-husband to a tiger. And of course, who can forget the great wisdom that comes from Doc Antelli or Antellis or however you say his name. It's got a little bit of everything for everybody. I really recommend that you watch this heartwarming movie with the family. Like everybody, just sit around. No, don't watch this with kids. Please don't watch the show with kids. But have you guys partaken of this show?
We're my family is partway through it. We have started watching it with our kids.
It's a great way to raise your family.
Kind of a cautionary tale.
What about you, Mr. Felton? Have you partaken of the King of Tigers?
I'm fascinated that this show focuses on these. I mean, there are three they talk about, right? Or four? Are there are three or four groups that they focus on? I forget.
Well, there's the main two really. It's
Carol, Joe, and Doc, right? It's Carol, Joe, and Doc, right?
They touch on a couple of others, but it's mostly the
first three. It amazes me that all three of these people are like, I don't even know what to call them, like redneck cult leaders. I mean, especially Doc, like he straight up has a sex cult, and that's just crazy to me because he's one ugly motherfucker. Like, there is nothing redeeming about his appearance or personality. You can tell that man is a straight psychopath. Like,
sure, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the other two seem to mask it a little bit better because they use people quite a bit, but he just straight up, man. I'm watching this going, oh my god, this is horrifying. Like, it was like watching a train wreck. You just couldn't look away. Right,
I remember turning to my wife and going, "This is a cult." That's a fucking cult. That's.
Whoop! Somebody disconnected. He'll be back, I'm sure. But oh my gosh, I was stuck. Like, I couldn't stop watching it. Now I say that, and I had to stop watching it. And I have this terrible habit where I'll get about halfway through something, and then I got to go do something else, and then I don't come back to it. Like, I still have to finish The Witcher. But I definitely want to finish, and then we got to get Joe Exotic out of prison to get him on the 2020 ballot, because I think he's the only one that can beat Trump and Biden.
Well, I really feel like I got dropped out of the whole conversation, and I have no idea where we're at, but that last little statement there, I totally agree with.
No, every one of them's a cult leader, and it's horrifying and amazing.
Yes.
I think my favorite was the ex-drug dealer or drug runner. Drug lord. He was a straight up drug lord. Now runs his own zoo. I think he was my favorite out of the group.
Mm. Well, he was kind of low key. Like he wasn't quite as bombastic as the other three. You know, like
Yeah, well, clearly he had other outlets.
I guess, yeah, ordering death and murder. I mean, sure. But I mean, think about it though. Joe Exotic, right? He has this situation. His trainer or whatever this poor girl was got her arm ripped off, right? And then within a week, she's back on the job. You know for a fact that he totally picked at her brain and convinced her that it was the right thing to do for the animals and blah, 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 and manipulated her into coming back. Like,
of course.
That's absolutely insane. I mean, that's terrifying.
That's what my job does to me every week. They manipulate my brain and convince me to come back to work.
You need to come back to help except you don't even get the benefit of like having, majestic, beautiful tigers. It's just, the people things that you deal with.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's some beautiful, majestic creatures sometimes, I guess, but it can definitely be more frightening than a tiger sometimes.
I mean, maybe you should send them all down to Joe Exotic's place, and
I'm just saying. I do want to touch on something though that was even more shocking than a lot of things that happened in the Tiger King, and that is that Felton has not finished The Witcher yet. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, of all of us, you're like the Witcher guy. Like, why have you not finished the show yet?
Oh, so my Netflix password got changed.
Okay.
And I always forget, and it's never a good time for me to ask for the password because the person that owns the account is either at work, asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just always ends up getting shoved to the background. There we go. That's the right word. So yeah, yeah, that's why.
I don't understand why you didn't just come over to my place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I to be fair, I watch it fully naked.
Again, I don't understand why you didn't just come over to my place.
Yeah,
that's the only way to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm always tossing it going to my Witcher. Let me tell you.
Oof.
So, all right, enough of that stuff. So, Mr. Infinity, why don't you hit us with some of that hot Kickstarter news?
And I have some. In fact, I have two that I want to talk about real quick.
Ooh. Now, do you want to tell us about both of them right now, or do you want to tell us about one now and then one for our Nub exclusive podcast?
You're right. I think I'll save the next one for the next one.
All right, we'll drop some of that beautiful Kickstarter news on us.
Two Swords Tell Mercy is a spaghetti western set in a medieval realm that tells the story of one man's quest to avenge his murdered brother and how this affects the entire realm of Mercy after the death of one of its prominent leaders. My browser just freaked out.
Yeah, I don't know. I was having some issue. It's like I go to. I don't know what's going on if the Rona 5G is affecting our credible.
It's probably 5G internet trying to interfere and leak in.
Mm.
There we go. So
there's some kind of bat involved with it too, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Two Swords Tell Mercy, and I think the artwork is gorgeous, and I think spaghetti western set in medieval times is great, and it just right up my alley. So, let's see. It is not funded yet.
Well, I like how we shared it in the Discord, so you can see you can actually go to that Kickstarter.
13 days to go, about 2,000 out of 5,000. So they've got a good ways to go, but this is a fantastic looking book, and I'd really like to see it funded.
Okay. I do like the art on that.
He looks like he has some good rewards too. I'm scrolling through the tiers. If anybody's interested, they can pause it. But he has several tiers that look pretty cool.
I mean, I have tiers as well, but it's mainly because Joe won't come and watch The Witcher with me naked.
Maybe I will.
All right, good. I got a maybe, so that's good. So with the Rona going on, people are home more, watching more TV, playing more video games. I think one of the things I need to remind people, because it's my civic duty, is to please get outside and walk around. You know, please do not get like a blood clot or something like that. You know, die from that instead of the Rona at home. That would be bad. So that's my public service announcement. Also, please, 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 if you can afford to, try to support your local businesses. Anything that you like to go to locally, whether it's a restaurant, comic book store, video game store. A lot of those places are doing some kind of like pickup. They're doing some kind of, you know, online situation. There's all kinds of ways that you can help support them if you have the funds. If you don't have the funds, then by all means, please take care of your family first. You know, we all got to try to get through this though, and I hate to see everything, especially here in Brevard, start to fall apart because of this virus. Because we have such a great, strong, beautiful nerd community here, and I would hate to see that fall to the wayside. So, those are my two public service announcements on this podcast. Does anybody else have any public service announcements?
No.
Cool. Oh, stop buying all the goddamn toilet paper.
Man, I got some dirty looks when it first started getting bad, and we were just trying to restock, and people were like, "You're not supposed to hoard toilet paper," and I'm like, "There's 7 butts in my house. This is just restocking."
This is just a normal day.
Yeah. Not to mention, we've all got we're all lactose intolerant, and we refuse to stop eating ice cream. So.
Absolutely.
Oh, I totally forgot. I do need to present a public service announcement. Buy a goddamn bidet. Everybody, just go buy a bidet. I bought one because I've been following this shit since December, and I was like, yeah, you know what? And here's the thing. Obviously, I had no idea there was going to be a toilet paper issue. I was just like, scrolling through, what am I going to need on Amazon, right? And this was just a random ad, and I thought, hey, you know what? This will be good for my hemorrhoids. So just on a whim, as I was buying face masks and like food and products and dog food that I'm going to need, right? I'm just like, I just bought a goddamn bidet. And then lo and behold, the price of that bidet is over $100 now. And I'll tell you what, my ass has never been cleaner. So I am, they're fantastic. I've had so much less issue because, you wipe a lot less. So that's irritating the hemorrhoid less. So it's just been an amazing experience for me. Everybody needs to buy a bidet. Get with the rest of the world. Toilet paper is disgusting. You're just smearing poop on your butthole. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, this is something that I've been thinking about for a while because I saw a YouTube video that had just the best example. And they were like, if you smeared crap on your arm, would you be okay with just wiping it off with toilet paper? No, you wouldn't. So why are you doing that to your butt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one where they were putting chocolate sauce on a corn cob, and then they wiped it off, and they're like, you see, there's still all these, all this syrup in the cracks there. That's like your butt. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I don't know, my butt doesn't really look like a corn cob per se. I mean, I don't really see it back there, but
no, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? Your butt doesn't look like a corn cob?
No, not mine.
Oh,
mine's like a smooth, well-oiled hippopotamus.
Jesus Christ!
What the fuck? The imagery there is the worst because you're using like well-oiled. And yes. Now that mental picture, man, is that's in there.
It's doing it for you. Good.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I wanted.
That is horrible.
Right. Well,
he's gonna take back his maybe.
On that fantastic note, I think that we should roll the die of destiny and see who's going to tell us a bedtime story if there is one. So I will pick Mr. Felton to roll his d20 to tell us whether he's going to add, subtract, or do nothing with it. And I will have Mr. Infinity roll his d20 after that, and see if he's going to tell us a story or have somebody else tell us a story.
All right. So what am I doing now?
You're going to roll your d20
Okay.
and either add, subtract, or do nothing with that number.
I'll add it.
Okay? And what'd you get?
5.
5. All right. Mr. Infinity, if you will be so kind.
Yeah, I got it. Hold on.
No, take your time. We're not
Google
we're not
has a
trying to record podcast.
metronome now.
Oh yeah?
Google has an online metronome along with the D20. God, you don't need anything anymore.
Nope. I'm gonna start playing the piano now.
Metronome, calculator.
Okay,
Meditate?
okay. Good, I got it. What? Meditate? Google
And a spinner!
Oh my god.
Dude.
All right, what did you get?
Oh,
What did you get,
right,
Infinity?
yeah. I got it. 20.
Oh wow. So you get to pick who's gonna tell a story.
Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
And keep in mind, I already blew my load with the bidet story.
Oh no.
You're right.
No. Wait, before you say anything, remember that Felton is a treasure trove of fantastic stories because he's got all these neuroses, you know? But go ahead.
No. I think I need a Merce story.
Okay. Then a merch story you shall have. Let's see. What's a good one? Oh, okay. I don't know why I always go back to poop stories, but that's just the way I live my life, I guess. So, I was working at Blockbuster, right? And at the same time, I was also, doing the firefighting thing, and I even had another side job because, I was a kid and I decided that, I wasn't going to have a life outside of working, period. So, I'm working at Blockbuster, and we only had this one bathroom, and for some reason, I don't know why, but they used to stock all the extra VHS cases. Like when we get the VHS in, we take it out of the case and we put it in a nice plastic box, or whatever, and you only took one of the cases and put it on the shelf, or for the consumer to see, right? So we'd have all these extra cases that they didn't just throw them away; they would just hold on to them for some reason. I think maybe they eventually sent them back to HQ or something. But I'm back there, and I'm doing my business. It was one of those days where just ate a little too much cheese. It's a bidet would have really helped me out. We'll put it that way. A bidet would have been a great help there. But so the last person who was supposed to stock the toilet paper in the bathroom there did not do their job properly, and so here I am. I've used up what's left of the roll, and I've got a few decisions to make. I can open the door, which it led out to the actual store. So of course everybody would notice if I was calling from the bathroom for somebody to bring me some toilet paper. That'd be kind of awkward. I could use one of my socks, but this was the employee bathroom, so it's not like I could pawn it off on being like one of the customers that did it. So pretty much the only 3 people working there, they would have probably done the math and figured out who was the one that left their sock in the garbage can with the shit all over it. Or I could try using a couple of these movie sleeves, the VHS sleeves. So decisions were made, and I will say that it was probably the most uncomfortable finishing move, as it were, done to my rectum, because cardboard, especially cardboard that is kind of laminated, doesn't do so well on your rectum. Especially when you're trying to clean things up. The fact that it's laminated made things a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. And by the time I was done, I must have gone through, I don't know, maybe 10 Boondock Saints covers and a couple of Little Mermaid 3 covers or something before I was done. And then the awesome part of that is I had to then stuff those all into the very small trash can they kept in there, wrap that up, And then as soon as I came out of the bathroom, be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna do a trash run real quick and take out the trash here." So, anyways, long story short, when you use a bathroom at your job, you should probably do like a double take and make sure there is extra toilet paper there. Now that's my thing. Every time I use the bathroom anywhere I work, I make sure that there is toilet paper, extra toilet paper, just in case, because that was a very awkward situation, and you know, there was a lot of hand washing involved afterwards, and it turned the whole process into like a 40-minute, you know, debacle that should have only been maybe like 5 minutes. And my boss actually asked me if I wanted to go home because they thought maybe I was sick because of how long I was in the bathroom. It was an interesting day. Let's just put it that way. And that's my story.
So are we talking like glossy pages?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
That must have been sharp.
oh yeah. It was definitely uncomfortable, and like I said, and it wouldn't, you know, there's no, it's not porous, right? Like toilet paper's porous, and it grabs everything. No, this is me. It's like having it's like using one of those spackles for like plaster.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you like how you plaster drywall on.
And that bathroom didn't have any like it didn't have a paper towel dispenser at least.
No, actually, ours was the warm, you know,
Warm
hot air
air.
thing.
Oh, jeez.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you, like, because if I had that option, obviously I would have done that.
mm.
I don't even know what to say to this.
It sounds like an exercise in determination that you should be applauded for.
Honestly, it was a survival situation, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I came out on top, and now I know that I can survive anything. I can survive this coronavirus. I can survive, you know, a zombie apocalypse. I can survive 4 more years of Trump. Like I can survive all this stuff now.
I mean, nothing is difficult now.
No, absolutely not.
That poor mermaid.
It was the 3rd movie. I mean, it's pretty terrible already. So
Wait, how many Little Mermaids did they make?
I don't know. I know there was like 3 by the time I left Blockbuster. So
She looks really upset after doing all that work in that GIF image I just posted.
all right. So on on that note, we'll go ahead and close out this episode of the Hangin with Web Show exclusive. Oh, this was the exclusive for Hangin with Web Show too. Oh, this is not our best forward, is it?
Oh wait, what? Oh,
that
crap!
was bad.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, literally crap. This is not our best forward.
I'm sure our boss is gonna love that. our YouTube
All right,
boss.
So I've been the Merce,
It's me, Felton.
And the little bearded bard.
and we will catch you guys on the next one. Unless you stop listening after that story.